yo, what is up? My name is Hakim Nafal. You can call me Keem, future YouTube star, actor, stuntman, and now I guess you can call me your love guru slash podcaster. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but you get me. Welcome to the Hurtbreak Club, where your heartbreaks become your break. We are basically here to understand one another, to share experience. I'm here to let y'all know from my experience in hopes that you guys can take my advice. Not necessarily you have to take my advice, but hear me. And maybe this could apply to your own relationship, to whatever, to whoever. We all hurt. That's for a fact. I know that for a fact. And I just want to create a platform that really creates a safe haven. I don't know if I even said that right. I really don't. But it's essentially a safe place for us to pour out our emotions and to not be judged or, normalize the not normal, because that's a me kind of thing, I like to keep it a buck. I like to keep it 100 and, hopes that some people can learn from this and we can, just help one another. Today we have a very special guest, a favorite guest of mine, a person I would like to call my lover, my one and only. She is one of the hardest working one of the hardest working people that I know. I've known her for over 4 years. We've been through hell. We've been through the best, the highlights, the lowlights, the lowest of lights, the highest of lights. But she is my light. She is my ex, my best friend, my bestest of bestest, bestest of bestest friends. My one and only, my girlfriend, Susie Azman. There we go.
Hi.
Okay. So this is a podcast and, this is her first time. This is my first time doing a podcast. I like to preface this first. I like to say hi to my mom and dad. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. I know you're watching this podcast or hearing this podcast. Hi, Mr. Amma. I know you're grading my my podcast. So, yeah, just like say hi. Hope you give me good marks for this one. But I like to, ask, I would like a bit of an introduction. Where'd you study? Where'd you live? What? How old are you?
Okay.
Don't be shy. Don't be shy.
So I live in I'm from Sarawak. I don't really live there often. I only come back for the holidays. I study in Taylor. I study human resource management and finance.
No idea what's that. I don't know what's that. But I know you study it. That's all.
Yeah.
What's your course like? Give a bit of let the audience know, what a bit of what human resources in finance or resources in I don't know. I'm just mumbling at this point,
I haven't studied human resource management or finance in depth yet because I'm still in my first year, right? So it's more to the foundation, the basics of business first. We're learning that first before we get into
I see.
the other stuff. You get what I mean?
No, I don't.
Okay.
No, but people might not know this, okay? But you are actually my co-host. So, I actually run this podcast with you. You are beside me, usually. My second speaker, if I could say. But now, today, in the first ever episode of the Hurtbreak Club, you are my guest. So, I feel that's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
But essentially, I've I feel who better to run a podcast with and talk about love when I feel you and I've experienced love my whole life. I feel like love is like relationships. I was always in one, and I feel like I've learned the most through relationships in my life. And it's completely opposite for you because you've barely had any relationships, right?
Yes, but those that I
You
was
more
in, they were
flings.
very shitty.
Very,
So,
yeah, you see that? I'm
well, except for this
best.
one, like
I'm
with you.
best. I'm best in the house. Okay.
Mhm.
No, no. Okay. So, like Susie and I have very, very different stories of relationships. And I want to use this platform to spread a message, to teach and to share our experience, and to also learn from other people's experience, to just feel like one, like in the community. Can you mute your phone, Sam?
That is not mine. That is yours.
Okay, let's get back on topic. First, I want to talk about COVID. Wait, can I even call it that? I'm just gonna say the virus. Okay, it's very subjective. So the virus. Okay, now we're gonna get back on topic. Okay, so everyone knows what about the virus, right?
Yeah.
And that has impacted a lot of people. This virus has impacted everyone globally. Everyone's affected, and so are relationships. Am I right now?
Yes, so right.
So okay, so I say that because lockdown. That's what happened when this virus came around, and that caused relationships to not really. I don't know, you couldn't really see each other often because of lockdown, right? And some people might not have experienced long distance, and that could be hard for some people. And I'm here, Susie's here to talk about this. So maybe if there are any like couples going through a rough time right now because of not seeing each other, because I'm pretty sure not everyone can do long distance. Let me preface that first. Not many people can do long distance, and that can affect relationships, because right now I'm seeing breakup season. A lot of a lot of couples right now I see. I think Susie sees this as well. Them just breaking up. Right now I see a lot of couples that I never thought would break up are breaking up. And I don't know if it's just me that like kind of sees it and calls it breakup season, because there is still a season where I do feel people like there's a season where a lot of people get into relationships. But then, there's, a season where a lot of people break up. So, yeah.
No,
So,
yeah, but I do think
yes.
that okay, I'm not gonna say it, that this pandemic is like,
Call it the virus. Call it the virus.
okay, fine. I do think that people breaking up during this virus season, it's just like, it just shows us how, I'm not gonna say weak because that'll be so mean, but just shows how, like, it's bound to happen. Like, it just shows that
Yeah.
sooner or later it will happen. Eventually they will break up, because it just shows how like not strong they are. As in, they can't even handle lockdown without each other, seeing each other. Imagine when you're married and your husband
So
or
you say
significant other has to go somewhere like for work, and then and you can't survive that. Like, God is basically saving you from the disaster in the future. I do feel like when you're put in such situation like this, like, it depends on you and your significant other to make it work. You know what I mean? It's like, the spark cannot go on just because you wish for it to go on. You have to like put in effort to make sure the spark continues to spark on.
to keep it lit. That's true. Yes.
Yeah, so you have to put in effort. You can't just be like, okay, I'm gonna expect this relationship to like you can't just expect, you have to put in work. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, so I think I know what you're saying. So you're trying to say that this whole thing that the relationship has been forced into is a testament of their relationship. It's to show whether their relationship can go through its worst, or because that's what, when you are in a relationship, you say that you will go through your best and your worst, through thick and thin. So this is a testament to every couple that stands by that. Do you get what I mean? Some, to the relationships that do not want long distance but are forced to do long distance relationship. This is their test. This is whether they can prove and keep up to when they say they'll go through thick and thin, because it's not easy. And that's the whole point of them not wanting it in the first place. So yeah, like sharing, like Susie and I will share our experience with how we run our relationship, basically, because we basically live and run on a long distance relationship most of the time. Back then, no, we were always seeing each other because you were studying closer to me, and but at one point you went back to the UK, and for me, long distance is no problem. I feel long distance is easy, and I do feel people might think I'm crazy when I say that, but long distance is so easy, so easy, and it's the couple that make it work. Like, if you don't believe it, it's not gonna happen. But if you believe it, it can happen. So that's what I'm trying to say. That, like, because from my experience, the only thing that kept me going to make me like, yeah, I can do this, is because of how great a partner Susie was. She's super trustworthy. She's loyal. She's the best. She's someone that has proven to me that we can go through thick and thin.
Thank you.
So
Like, why?
it's because of your personality. Like, I'm not. You're like,
Oh.
in a sort of sense, you make me feel comfortable, and I know that I had to do the same. Like, I'm not, and that goes for another point of mine. It only can happen if both of them want it. If and that's if both of them give 100. Like, each of them give 100%. If one goes like 100 to 90, it's not gonna work, because
Yeah, and there's also like other factors that
Mm.
that you have to consider when you want to get into like long distance relationship. Like, yeah, obviously number one is about the perspectives of each other on how, like, about long distance relationship. Obviously, if one person thinks it'll work but the other think it wouldn't, then it obviously won't work, right? Because
Yes.
it
Yes.
goes both ways.
Yes.
Yeah, and also second thing is like to know that both of you can communicate like equally, and not one person updating each other constantly and then the other one is just out of the radar. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
exactly. So not putting the 100, essentially, putting in whatever it takes, because that's the true meaning. No, not saying not the true meaning. Okay, yeah, this the true meaning of through thick and thin. Oof. I need to articulate my words. But that's it. I mean, this is a podcast. It's raw. Hopefully, over time, it gets better. But that's one of that's the topic that I didn't want to talk about. I genuinely do feel like, if you guys did enjoy listening to this, we will make more. Why not? So just don't forget to like and subscribe. Although this is for my assignment, kind of type. I wanted to sweat. Did I swear this whole podcast? I don't know. I'm waffling. I'm talking a lot of smack. But if you guys genuinely did enjoy and do want to hear more, let me know in the comments. But if you don't, let me know as well. Do give that like button a tickle. Make sure it turns blue. And I'll
Is it blue?
Yeah, when you like it, it turns blue, young.
Oh, I thought to read.
Shush. And
So
I'll catch you.
mean.
I love you.
Love you too.
Oh wait, before we end it, okay? We have so much stories that we can talk about and we can open up about if you guys do want to hear. Just remember, I called you my ex, okay? And we
And
can break down those moments because there's so much to learn in those days where you and I would go back and forth with being boyfriend, girlfriend, break up here and there. It was crazy, but it was, it's something I'd never take back because I've learned so much from it. I'm so grateful for all those crazy experience, We can even talk about cheating. But that's if you guys want to, because for me personally, I already did the outro to this, so whoever's listening, still listening now, you're a real one. But yeah, this is to end the podcast. There's so much stories that I can dig up, and Susie and I can just talk about it, and hopefully if you guys do think it's something you guys can relate to, then it's blessed. I'll catch you guys later. Say bye, Yang.